Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oscar, and if you are new here, please subscribe. So in today's tutorial you're going to learn how to crochet this shrug. I used a chunky yarn, and it's a very simple pattern to make, and it's pretty fast also to make. So without saying much, let's get started. So these are the materials that you're going to need. You'll need a pair of scissors, darning needle, you'll need a 5mm crochet hook, you're going to need a tape measure, and also you're going to need yarn. So for the yarn I'm going to use this color, and it's a chunky yarn. It's a Kenyan brand known as Butterfly, but you can use Robin as well. It's 100% grams when packed, but you can use any other chunky yarn. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. You're going to begin by making a knot. That way. So before you start, you're going to need your bust measurements. Then you're going to divide your bust measurements by 2. So I'm working with a bust measurement of 36 inches. So if I divide 36 by 2, I get 18. So I'm going to make chains that will exceed the 18 inches. Okay, so the right measurements will be seen on your first row, not on the foundation chains. So go ahead and make your chains. So if you're working with, let's say, a bust measurement of 40 inches, you're going to divide it by 2, you get 20, and go ahead and make chains that will exceed the 20 inches, like 23 or 24 inches there. Okay, you're not going to take the measurements on the first on the foundation chains. We'll take it on the first row, just like that. So go ahead and make your chains, and you're going to meet after you're done. Now I'm done with my chains, so let's take the measurements and see. I was working with 18-inch bust measurements when you've divided it by 2, so I got 18. So I have to make chains that will go past the 18 inches, and don't stretch your work. So here is the 18 inches, and my chains went up to 21 inches. Okay, so that is okay, and don't stretch your work, just lay it flat and take your measurements. Now let us start the first row. To begin the first row, you're going to yarn over twice, 1, 2, and you're going to insert your hook into the 11th chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the 11th chain, you're going to make insert your hook, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So that is a treble crochet. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, and skip 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, you're going to do your treble crochet. So insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. That way. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, and skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, you're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So that is a treble crochet. Now you're going to keep repeating the same pattern now up to the end of the row, and when you get to the end, you're going to meet and take the measurements. Then you're going to see if you're going to undo extra or just leave it at that. So continue, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. Now I'm at the end of the row. I have 1 chain here left, just leave it at that. You might have 2 or 3 extra, just leave them. Then you're going to take the measurements now, and don't stretch your work while taking the measurements. So just place it down flat, and remember you are looking for 18 inches. Okay, so mine measures exactly 18 inches, so I don't need to add or reduce anything. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, so if you're looking for, let's say, 20 inches, you should have made chains that should go up to 23 or 24 inches. Okay, so that after your first row, your work will shrink to the 20 inches that you are looking for. So this is okay for me. I'm just now going to go to the next row. So let's go to the second row. To begin the second row, you're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn your work, and you're going to yarn over twice, and into the second treble crochet, this one, you're going to go on top of it and place your treble crochet. So pull up a loop, you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2, just like that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice and go to the next treble crochet, which is this one. Place your treble crochet on top of it. Chain 3, yarn over twice and go to the next one with your treble crochet, and that is how it looks like. So you're going to keep repeating the same pattern now up to the end of the row, and I'm going to meet with you at the end of the row. I'm almost at the end of the row. This is where I am right now. So you're going to chain 3, yarn over twice, and you're going to skip 3 chains, or insert your hook into the 4th chain. So 1, 2, 3. The 4th one, this one, insert your hook, and you're going to place your treble crochet there, and that will mark the end of the second row. So this is how it looks like right now. Now let's go to the third row, and it's just like repeating the second row. So let's just do that, then you can continue from there. So you're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn your work, and you're going to yarn over twice and into the second treble crochet. On top of it, place your treble crochet. Just like that. Chain 3, yarn over twice and into the next treble crochet, which is this one. Insert your hook and place your treble crochet. Chain 3, yarn over twice and go to the next with your treble crochet, and just keep doing that up to the end of the row, and I'm going to meet with you at the end. Now I'm at the end, so I'm going to chain 3, yarn over twice, and place your hook into the into the 4th chain. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th, place your treble crochet, and that will mark the end of the third row. So this is how your work should look like at this point. Okay, now they look like squares. Okay, so go ahead and continue with your work, repeating what you did on the third row until you have the height that you want. So I'm working with a medium size, so that means I'm going to work until I have 8 or 9 inches in height. Okay, if you're working with a small size, go ahead and work until you have 6 or 7 inches in height. Okay, just choose one, either 6 or 7, depending on the height that you're looking for. So 6 or 7 is okay. For a medium size, 8 or 9 is okay. For a large size, you're going to work with 9 or 10 inches. Okay, preferably work with 10 inches. For extra large, you're going to do 11 or 12 inches. Okay, that is only for the height. Okay, so continue, and you're going to meet after that. Then you're going to start on the neckline. Now I'm done doing the amount of rows that I needed, so let's take the measurements and see. So just place your work down flat and don't stretch it. So it measures 8 inches exactly. Okay, but remember, yarn stretches a little bit. That's why I said you're going to work with 8 or 9. Okay, so when it's not stretched, just place it down flat, it measures 8, but when you stretch it just a little bit, it will go up to 9 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to stop at this point and start working on the neckline. So let's go ahead and start on the neckline. So before you start the neckline, you're going to decide if you're going to make an off shoulder or just a normal neckline. So for this one, I'm just going to make a normal neckline. So I counted four squares from this point, 1 2 3 4, then placed my stitch marker there, 1 2 3 4. So let's take the measurements in between the stitch markers. It measures 10 inches apart. Okay, so if you're doing an off shoulder, you're going to do 16 inches or 14 inches apart. Okay, now let's go to the next row. So go ahead and place your stitch markers so that you can go to the next row. So just chain 7 as usual. When you turn 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, turn your work, and just work the same pattern up to the point where you have the stitch marker. Now I'm at the point where I have the stitch marker, so I'm going to remove it and replace with a stitch. And now you're going to count how many stitches here so that you can know how many chains you're going to make. Okay, so right now we are at this point and the next stitch will be at this point. So let's count how many stitches in between. So you're going to count in groups of 4 because we have 3 chains here and a stitch, 3 chains and a stitch, 3 chains and a stitch. So 3 chains plus 1 stitch, that makes 4 stitches. Okay, so we're going to count in groups of 4. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Up to this one we have 9. So 9 times 4 you get 36 plus 3 chains here. Okay, so 36 plus 3 you get 39. So I'm going to chain 39. So go ahead and count the way I just did and go ahead and make your chains. So I'm going to do 39 chains. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, oh, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, 38 and 39. Now you're going to yarn over twice and remove your stitch marker, and on that stitch you're going to do your treble crochet. That way, and now you've made your neckline. Now just continue the same way up to the end of the row, and when you get to the end of the row you're going to chain 7, turn and work up to this point. Then I'm going to meet you right before you start on your chains. Now I'm at the point where we have the chains. So when you get to this point, you're going to chain 3, 1 2 3, yarn over twice, and you're going to skip 3 chains. So 1 2 3. On the 4th one you're going to do your treble crochet. So insert your hook and make your treble crochet. It's just like what we did when we started the first row here. Okay, so chain 3, yarn over twice and skip 3 chains, 1 2 3. On the 4th one you're going to do your treble crochet, chain 3, skip 3 chains, 1 2 3. On the 4th one you're going to do your treble, and just continue now up to the end of your chains, and when you get to the end just continue up to the end of the row, and I'm going to meet you at that point. I've gotten to the end of the row, and this is how it looks like. So from this point you're just going to repeat what you did on the 3rd row, or whatever we did on these rows, and just repeat the same amount of rows like the ones you have on this side. So here I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we are going to make 8 rows also on the other side. So right now I have made 1, so I'm going to make 7 more rows, and you're going to meet after that. So if you had made like 10 rows on this side, go ahead and make 10 on the other side. They should be equal. Okay, so continue, and you're going to meet after that. Then you can start on the sleeves. Now I'm done working on both sides, so let us go ahead and start on the sleeves. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so let us go ahead and start on the sleeves. So I'm just going to continue from where I left here, and you're going to join this part to this other end. So you're going to insert your hook into the first space here, and you're going to make a slip stitch. Then now the armhole is joined, so now you can start on the sleeves. So go ahead and chain 7. So you're not going to leave any space down here. You're just going to work on the sleeve right away, because you want wide sleeves. But if you want sleeves that are not very wide, you're going to do some chains and slip stitch on the first row here. Okay, but I want wide ones, so I'm just going to start from here. So you're going to chain 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, yarn over twice, and in this space, the first row here, on this point, you're going to do a treble crochet. That way. Then chain 3, yarn over twice, and go to the next, which is this row. At this point, place your treble crochet there, chain 3, yarn over twice, and go to the next, which is this one, and place your treble crochet, and you're going to work like this all round, placing your treble crochet in these spaces, ends of these rows, and chaining 3 in between. So continue, and you're going to meet when you get to almost at the end of the row. I'm almost getting to the end of the first row of our sleeves, and this is where I am right now. So I'm going to chain 3 and go to the 4th chain on this first chains that we made here. So 1 2 3. On the 4th one, you're going to do a slip stitch, and that will mark the end of the first row of the sleeves. Okay, now let's go to the second row. You're going to chain 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, yarn over twice, and go to the first treble crochet, and place your treble crochet there. That way, chain 2, and go to the next treble crochet, which is this one. Place your treble crochet there. Chain 3, don't chain 2, chain 3, 1 2 3, and make a treble crochet into the next treble crochet. Like that. Chain 3, make a treble crochet into the next, and you're just going to repeat the same pattern now all round, and I'm going to meet you at the end of the row. So continue, and you're going to meet at the end of the row. I'm at the end of the row. I've just chained 3, so you're going to slip stitch into the 4th chain in the first 7 chains that you made here. So the 4th chain, so count 1 2 3. On the 4th one, you're going to do your slip stitch, and that marks the end of the row. Okay, so the next row, you're just going to chain 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, yarn over twice, and into the first treble crochet, do your treble crochet. Is it the first or the second? It's the first, because these are just chains. so the first treble crochet. So this is just like repeating the second row of the sleeve. So you're going to repeat that so you're going to repeat what you did on the second row of the sleeves up to until you have the height that you are looking for. So I'm working with a medium size, and for a medium size you're going to work with 22 inches sleeve length. For a small size you're going to work with 20 inches. For a medium size you can do 21 or 22. Then for a large size you can do 22 or 23. For extra large you can do 23 or 24, but preferably 23 inches. Okay, so continue and you're going to meet when you're done with that. Then I'll take the measurements and see it from there. I'm done working on the first sleeve, and this is how it looks like. This is where we started. So let's take the measurements and see. And when you get to the end of the last row, you're just going to join your work the way you are joining and make a slip stitch, and you're going to chain one and cut that way. So let's take the measurements and see before we go to the next row. So I wanted 22 inches full length. So you see it measures 21, but it can stretch. It's going to stretch a little bit and it will go up to 22 inches. Okay, so this is okay for me. Now let's go ahead and start on the second sleeve. So don't turn your work, just go ahead and start. So you're going to go to this corner here and pick the fourth stitch. So 1, 2, 3, the fourth one, it's at the midpoint, and also on the other side the fourth. So 1, 2, 3, the fourth, and you're going to attach your yarn, chain one, and now let's go ahead and start on the sleeve. So you're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to yarn over twice and go to this the first row here, this point, with a triple crochet that way, chain 3, yarn over twice, and go to the next row, this point, with a triple crochet. And you're going to continue this pattern up to the end of the row, and when you get to the end of the row you're just going to go back and repeat what you did on this other sleeve. Okay, so it's just exactly the same. When you get to the end of the row, you slip stitch the fourth chain here, then chain 7, and just repeat the same thing. So you're going to make the same amount of rows on the other side, and you're going to meet when you're done. Now I'm done working on both sleeves, and this is how it looks like. So you're going to go ahead and remove the loose ends, and we are done. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. And if you are new here, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out every time I post a video. So that is it, guys. See you.